Today we're going to see how to create a new JQL function using PowerScripts. The way you do that is first by creating your script out in the SIL manager. Now, because I had to play with this one a little bit, I've already written it. So I just I created a new file, gave it a name that actually represents what the function is going to do. And here's my script. So what I'm doing in this first line is I'm actually selecting the issues, all the issues in the project, and I'm passing an argument to the function so that this can be used in other projects as well. And I could add, and this is JQL in here, and I could add additional JQL parameters to refine that initial JQL query a little bit if I so desired. But for this example, I'm just grabbing everything in the project. This is an empty array that we're going to fill with issues we want to show, and then we return this array at the very end. In this line, I am going to loop through all the issues that were found in this keys array from this JQL search. I'm going to loop through all those issues, and I'm going to check for the criteria inside the for loop. So what I'm doing here is I'm just creating an integer as a counter, because what we're trying to do in this script is we're trying to return issues where any 2 out of 5 possible criteria are true, which is not as easy as you would think to do in JQL alone. So I'm starting with this counter variable, and I check for each condition, and if it's true, I add 1 to the counter variable. Then at the very end, I say if the counter variable criteria count is greater than or equal to 2, add it to this empty array we defined up top. Then at the very bottom, finally, I return that array. So what I'm doing here in my actual test conditions here, I'm checking to see if an element exists in the array, labels, and I'm seeing if there is a label called criteria. So this is another SIL function that just checks to see if this element is in this array. Now what you see here, the K with the % before and after it, this is a substitution. So if I just had K, the letter K, it would essentially pass a key, but that would be a string. So saying dot labels, return the labels of this string, doesn't make any sense to the script. What you have to do is return everything about that ticket, substitute the object of that issue with K. So that's what the % do. They change it from a string to the actual issue object. And then I can start looking at properties of that issue, like labels. In this one I just see, so you'll see that all throughout all my conditions, that K preceding the field names afterward. So then my next condition, I'm checking to see if assignees equal to reporter, add 1. If I left the description null, add 1. If the Jira is one of my components, add 1. Or if the priority is set to major, add 1. And that's all the script is doing. So if we come out here, this is the format of the new JQL function. You call, you start with key in, and then you call this sil JQL list, which basically means it's going to return multiple Jira issues, because there's others that will only return a single Jira issue. Here I'm passing the file name of the script I'm trying to run. Now, if it was in one of these folders, I would have to pass that name with a slash as well. And then I need to add the parameter here that I'm using right here, just so my JQL that I'm running in this statement knows which project to pull the issues from. Otherwise, it wouldn't work at all, or it would pull all the issues. So now when I run this, you see my issues, and I can see just right from here that at least the first 4 absolutely have 2 out of the 5 conditions. Here the assignee is equal to the reporter in all these, and the priority is set to major in all these. And I'm pretty sure for these, the priority set to major in all these have a description, a null description. So there you go. That is all you need to do to create your very own JQL function using PowerScripts. Thanks for watching.